Hello viewers, Marianne from Revealing Light Tarot. How are we all today? Wherever you are in the world, thank you for tuning in and I hope you're staying well. I just want to make mention again of the fires that are decimating parts of the US. And just if you can send light, please, to those places, those people who are impacted and affected. It's drawing to our attention again what is wrong with this world, that both in Australia and now in the US and other parts of the world we can have these natural disasters and still governments wind back climate protections. Okay, now I'm going to do a little bit of a Q&A today because I've had various questions. Pardon me. So my last reading looked at how strong was Cohen's prediction about whether or not he was thinking of being pardoned. Of course, he's thinking of being pardoned. It's not to say that he will be, because I got that death card. There's an ending coming up for him. How that will play out is something that we may not yet be able to see. I did say at the beginning of that reading that I thought he may resign before the election as a result of something that may come out just before the election. I thought it would be around his Russian connections. It seems to be that Bob Woodward's book, getting him on tape, listening to the President of the US acknowledge how serious, how deadly COVID-19 was, and then say that he is playing it down. All over social media there were calls for Donald Trump to resign. I don't think he is now going to. I think that's what I was picking up. I don't think he will resign before the election, but we'll ask. Will charges as a result of what's on the tape and his bungling, what's worse than bungling, his intent not to do everything in his power to protect people. I'm wondering if charges will be brought against him, even civilly, if people who have lost loved ones may do something, because of course the political remedy is impeachment, and the House are not going to impeach him so close to this is a dereliction of duty, absolutely, but too close to the election for that. But I want to see if charges of any sort, any action of any sort will be brought against Trump because of those words, because of what he's done in relation to dereliction of duty. Now, also, why is the DOJ taking over E.G. Carroll's defamation case? This is arising out of an allegation that Trump raped the writer E.G. Carroll. And, of course, now she is suing him for defamation because he said he didn't know her. I've got some intuitive hits on that, but I'll wait till I get to that. We also saw the massive black hole in the Republican election campaign fund, largely due to misspending by Brad Pascali, but also this lavishness and siphoning off money, the kind of thing that we've been seeing Trump and his family do for so long. Are Republicans getting worried there? Is that why they brought in that new campaign manager, in part to look at that budget very closely? Boris Johnson again is signalling that he is willing to crash out of Brexit. Absolute madness in the middle of a pandemic. They are having a second wave again. Madness to do something like that, but we'll see. If I've got time, if not now, then in a future reading, we'll look at whether or not the New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern will be re-elected. My feeling is she will. Okay, so let's just go to some energies of the week. I've picked up some Australian reading cards, which actually use all our wildflowers, mainly from the desert regions of Australia. So let's pick up some energies of the week using these beautiful wild cards, wildflowers. Billy Buttons, of course, peace. Lemon myrtle, which is beautiful to use even in cooking. It's bush, what we call bush tucker, space, giving yourself the space. 5 corners, development. Wedding bush, commitment, of course, commitment. The grey spider flower, faith. I don't even know about a lot of these flowers. I know some of them. Pink heath, direction. Swamp lily, energy. And so they go on. Mulla mulla, recovery. Right in the middle of the desert, mulla mulla, recovery. Boronia, the most beautiful fragrance, clarity. Okay, so let's pull some energy cards before we get into the tarot. So show me, where are we? We are at the end of the week. What is the energy of this time, please, Spirit? What is the energy? The energy of this time. I am seeing an angel in my third eye. I'm not surprised that I am seeing that. I'm feeling a lot of protection around us at this time. We need it. We need it. It's not been an easy time for us. Okay, so we've got those major planets, Jupiter, and I think Saturn also transiting out of Capricorn, Jupiter into Aquarius at the end of this year. I think we'll all breathe a collective sigh of relief. Okay, so show me the energies. It's been tough for everybody. Show me the energies, please, around at this time that we need to be aware of, please, Spirit. Show me these energies. Yeah, we're working on things. We're repairing things. We're welding things. We're bringing things, because I saw a welder. We're bringing things back together. We're fixing things, or we're in the process of doing that. Fairy aprons, guidance. Now, there's the angel that I saw. Fairy aprons, guidance. We are being helped by Spirit, without a doubt, and healed as well, because I'm getting a real healing energy from that card. Lantern bush, challenge, absolutely. I'm attracted to the yellow in this card as well, associated with this solar plexus chakra, which is all about becoming aware, moving into new awareness, but also getting wisdom. If I had to associate a number with that colour, I would say 7. It's notches on the belt. It's growing in wisdom, fixing things, being guided and growing in awareness and wisdom. And we have, I don't even know how to pronounce that, Lechin Alshia. Obviously its scientific name. If you can see it, you can look it up. Success, what a beautiful colour. Now again, the colours are not random in these cards. They've been chosen for a particular reason, I feel. And of course we've got these oranges and reds coinciding for me with the sacral chakra, emotions, and the base chakra, of course, trust and unity and strength in the world, faith in the world around us. So we are being challenged, but we're also being protected. And native geranium protection, beautiful. Beautiful native geranium protection. Well, thank you, Spirit. They are beautiful, beautiful cards. Guidance. We're being divinely guided. Listen. We're also being healed as well. We have the challenge, growing in awareness and wisdom, and we have success here as well. The base of the pack, of course, we have the protection that I was talking about. All right, so beautiful cards. They are by Sherilyn Darcy. I'll just hold that up again. Australian wildflower reading cards. Okay. All right, now let's move into the tarot. All right, I'm running out of space here. Okay, I'm going to use my Tarot Deluxe by Lo Scarabeo. It's the one with the beetles on the outside. Turn them the right way up. Let's move to our first question. Now, the Woodward book, A Bombshell. He is being criticised for not bringing forward this information earlier, but I say, what would have occurred if he had have brought it forward earlier? I guess more time. February, would the House have impeached him again so close to an election? Probably not. All right, so let's see the voice recording of Trump saying he downplayed it. Strong calls for him to resign. Will Trump resign before the election? Before the election, will Trump resign before the election? Will Trump resign before the election? So we've got the world, which is an ending and a beginning. Let's see it. That's the signifier card. It's also a yes card, but I'm not totally convinced yet because I did hear a no while I was shuffling. He is facing endings and beginnings. The question about whether when he goes is immaterial. He's going. There is this, if you remember in my Joe Biden comparison with Trump, the world card was the outcome. It's the signifier card here. And what is crossing Trump is loss, heartbreak, but also betrayal as well. Could even be those health issues. Again, he just gets this card so often. Let's see what's at the foundation. Yeah, he's very insecure. He's walled himself off. He's not living. I think I heard Kamala Harris say that Bill Barr and Donald Trump were not living in the same reality as a lot of Americans. I don't think Trump is in the reality. He's living and sitting in his insecurities. Both financially, this could be the campaign donations not coming in. One of his biggest backers is now critical of him. And many are pulling away, but also this lack of money, I think, is worse than what we actually know. Okay, in the past we have, really Trump's karma. He's sowed disunity. He is reaping what he sows, and this is in the past, which is interesting because forever and a day, this kept coming up in all my readings. It is, partisanship. It is division. It is, but it's also obstacles and challenges, and that these actually set fire to this division, this disunity, sets fire to any progress that he can make. So it's sort of like you're reaping what you sowed. At the beginning of the year, we had Pluto and Saturn and Jupiter all in Capricorn and all teaching us a karmic lesson. One of the, the lines that I kept repeating at that time when I was doing the readings, that something was on us, something major was on us, and it would test us all. At that time, it was very clear that the seeds that you planted at the beginning of the year would be what you would reap later on in the year. That's what he's reaping. What we hear of from Woodward is exactly what he's reaping. So will he resign is the question. We have temperance in the sky, so we have a rebalancing coming in. We have light and dark again. That theme is coming up continually. And in this card, she is pouring a red fluid out of one cup and a white in the other. So red, of course, is the colour of the base chakra around our faith and our hope and our trust in the world is being balanced by this white light coming in. So his going is very clear in these cards yet again. And if you want to look at my readings, go back to it. But I do have retreat, this Four of Swords here again in the immediate future. He is wounded in battle, but it's sitting right across from that Three of Swords. So I'm feeling that, he's in a position that he may not necessarily be able to recover from. I think my Trump in September alluded to the second and third weeks of being very difficult for him. I think he got the death card. So, in some way, what is happening this month could actually seal his fate, which is a loss at the polls. But I am being drawn to his health again. It is failing like the dollars. It's just, he's in worse shape than what we think. Now, the King of Wands in the here and now, that was interesting because that is almost like the courts. It's the lawmakers and the courts. It's a bold leader that steps forward with courage. It's a fire energy. Let's see what's around. Okay, so disappointment. That yeah, disappointment. He is. Things aren't going the way that he wanted it to. I think the King of Wands for me talks about those whistleblowers that have come forward at every turn. A lot of fours, 2 fours here, 3 fours. Okay, they're difficult fours as well. The 4 of Cups, disappointment. The 4 of Swords, retreat. The 4 of Pentacles. The 4 of Pentacles, of course, is insecurity. So let's see what he's fearing. Yeah. Okay, so the 2 of Wands talks about a plan that matures in time. He still has something up his sleeve, but it's also calling for patience. He will go, perhaps Wands to me always represent a period of months. We're looking at, this card came up in my previous reading as well. We talked about will he resign. This would bring us into November, December. We've got the Moon card. He's not thinking straight. He is, yeah, and this is also buried secrets. Look at the Pentacle and the Cup in the water here. He's got all these 4s. The Moon card and Justice. Okay, so the shadow side, and we've got Justice coming through, and a balancing of the scales. And the 6 of Swords would talk about healing, moving on. It's showing me a resignation, not necessarily before the election. I can't pinpoint that timeline, but he is leaving at some point. And it's not that far in the future. But look at these 4s and look at these 3s. The signifier card is the World card, endings and beginnings. Yes, he is going to stand down. Whether he stands down with a pardon or not, whether Michael Cohen is right, I have felt that when it's clear that he will lose the election, it's like, that's it. He just takes his bat and ball and goes back to Mar-a-Lago. But he's got Justice on his tail, and the Moon card, secrets emerging, and we've got Justice and the 6 of Swords. I'm going to draw a clarifier on that Moon card, because not only is it spelling loss for me, but it's also talking about even more secrets coming out. And we've got Justice, the karmic card. He's reaping what he sowed. And we've got the Hierophant, the government, the government underneath at the base of the pack. Let's see, show me this Moon card. What's all this about? I know I'm not going to get through my list now because we're at 18 minutes. All right, so show me the Moon card, please. Show me the Moon card. Show me the Moon card, please. What is the Moon? What is the secrets that are going to emerge? Oh, it's another whistleblower. Okay, so, and it's going to be cause for review. I still think there is more to come on this campaign. Donations, more black holes, more, questions around where did that money go. We've got the Queen of Wands and we've got Temperance, all part of the overall story that we're living through. Yeah, there's going to be still more. I mean, I know it's hard to I know it's hard to believe that. Could there be even more? Yes, there will be even more before the election. This is coming to an end. This, sordid, tarnished, tawdry chapter is coming to an end. Okay, so according to my readings, at this point in time, it doesn't get more clearer. There is loss here with all these fours. 3, heartbreak. The moon would tell me confusion. His health. I'm keep going back to his health. Anything can happen. Anything can and will happen. Justice is on his tail for these secrets that just keep on emerging, and ultimately we're all in this boat moving out of this chapter. I want to mention also that we have someone in Victoria that is a Trumpian that's leading a protest against a premier who has locked the state down to protect people from COVID. We have someone that wasn't even born in Australia, is born in the UK, and he's leading this protest to get rid of our premier, which is like your governor. But he's a Trumpian. He's a self-admitted Trumpian. So, it's not just in America that we've got this direction. It's all over the world. Remembering that QAnon is, strongest in America, then the UK. So let's have a look at our next question. We won't have time to get through all of the questions. Well, it kind of said Trump would face justice over that whole exchange in the Woodward book. So I'm not going to ask that question. I probably will go to why is the DOJ taking over E.G. Carroll's defamation suit, Trump's personal lawyer, that you are paying for that because Bill Barr said he made those comments while he was president. That's just a sham. That's just a sham. So I feel that that Trump and the Republican campaign are cash strapped because of all of these. His defence is coming out of campaign donations, and the DOJ. It's purely a financial move, but also, well, let's just keep going. It's bringing the federal government into what is really a civil matter. So let's have a look. Why is the DOJ now wanting to take over the E.G. Carroll defamation stemming out of a rape allegation? Why is the DOJ wanting to do this? 7 of Pentacles, it's money. This is review, things withering on the vine, not enough money to mount the defence. The Magician, challenged by manifestation. They're having real trouble raising money, largely because of the lavishness and the misspending that has already occurred. And that he is on the nose with the donors. That's been coming through my readings time and time again. We've got the don't expect loyalty from Bill Barr. We already know that. The Knave of Swords. Yeah. This is also, the giving and receiving help, loans and debts. Of course, if he's going to say I'm in this mess because I'm the president and I gave you the win and I did everything and I've got X amount of dirt on you. You have to do this for me. This is him asking for help and Barr giving it. And of course, we've got the money changing hands, but it's taxpayers' money. Now we have the Knight of Chalices, an offer coming through. This can also be a very quick energy. Can also be there's not a lot of loyalty sometimes with this Knight of Cups. They're doing it because he's the president. This is Bill Barr sycophanting there, but also what is Bill? what did Bill Barr get for doing what he has done? Now we've got the Eight of Swords, which is restriction, trying to keep him out of prison as well. So there is this this idea that if he was pardoned, now I got a lot of questions, and please see my pinned comments. Nixon received a blanket pardon for any crimes he committed while he was president. Many commentators said, well, he can't be pardoned because he's an impeached president. He can't be pardoned for those matters that he was impeached on, a la obstruction and the Ukraine matter. But anything else, it's open slather. So now that's not saying that he will be. I honestly think that we're going to see a fiery end to Donald Trump. And I think a lot of these questions will be immaterial, because in the Biden reading, I just saw almost like a bureau set up to go after Trump. They're going to go after him very, very hard. But this is being done to, I think, well, for all the reasons that I've alluded to in these cards, but also with the idea that maybe this pardon could be coming. We've got the anxiety. There's, these cards are just so bad for Donald Trump. I keep going back to the money that has been spent from the Republican coffers on Donald Trump's private matters. This allegation of rape goes back well and truly before he became president. There's a real anxiety in the ranks, Republican ranks, about money and what has gone missing, what has been taken, what has been misappropriated by the whole machinery of the Trump pack. So we've got the Devil card, greed, avarice, being chained to Barr is chained to Trump now, but we also have the Death card. So again, don't worry, and the Ten of Swords, total and utter downfall. Don't worry, truth coming forward, and we've got Biden. So here's a message for you. Biden will go after Trump's connections with Russia, but not just that. It's what he did while he was president with this Emperor card, and there will be no shortages of people who will sing, who will come forward once he is out of office. As soon as the election result is known, they're coming forward, and they're coming forward in droves with the truth. So, nothing that Bill Barr can do will help this president. He's going, that Death card is just always there now, along with the Three of Swords and all these fours. So, justice is coming for Trump and his enablers, and it will be something to watch. So, Barr is trying to help him because there is a money issue. There is a big money issue. So I'm going to go there because I think we still haven't seen how much money has gone out that has been unaccounted for. Taxpayers' money, Republican campaign donors' monies. We have, of course, Steve Bannon et al. Now up on charges for misappropriating. He was arrested on his yacht for the Build the Wall fundraiser. It's been a free-for-all, and we don't know the half of it yet. So show me, are they worried about what's gone out on the Republican campaign? Are the Republicans worried about what has gone out? That may be misappropriated. Are the Republicans worried about their finances, mishandling, perhaps even corruption in relation to campaign funds and this continual spending on Trump's defences? Yes, they are. And we've got the sword of truth coming. They're worried about the truth emerging. So we had an investigation on the inauguration. The way taxpayers' funds have also been spent could be the focus of an investigation. So the devil card obscuring the sword of truth, challenging the sword of truth, this greed and avarice, people lining their pockets. And we've got a yes card, we've got the justice card. People are, there could even have been, and I don't know how, there could even be something potentially illegal done with either taxpayers' money being spent on campaign matters. There's something here that's yet to emerge because justice is coming. We've got the Sun card, full illumination in the past. So we've got a whistleblower ready to come out. My God, we've got the Death card here. This is going back to the COVID as well. So what he has said to Woodward has made Republicans, no one's defending him, are they? Other than his press secretary, who, is just lying. Let's keep going. Yep. 10 of Pentacles, the Trump organisation. So part of the investigations in the future will go after the Trump organisation regardless. It never gets a pardon. And this is showing me that Republicans already know about what may have gone to the Trump organisation, and they're worried about that. I'll bring you down so you can see these cards. And again, that Death card showing up here in this reading, endings. Yeah, we've got Biden here, my card for Biden in the here and now. But with the atmosphere around, or the environment around, is the Three of Swords. It's so complex. I don't think that's for Joe Biden. I think that's the way people are feeling. You look at the major arcanas. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 major arcanas already. Here we are. Yep, they're insecure over what money has been taken out, that has been siphoned off, and it's not just campaign funds either. But they are still covering for him. We've got the Three of Cups. They are still going to cover for him. The Lovers, because they are wedded to him, and they are his mercenaries. Basically, they're it's like Cohen was and Louis DeJoy. They've done what he's asked. He's the president. But look, it's getting harder and harder, for them, because we've got this abuse of power, but not just an abuse of power. It's like the truth is coming out about what he has done, and they know that the investigation will be strong around his ties with Russia. It's like they're sitting on a powder keg, just waiting for something to explode. There's a lot of money gone, according to my cards, and this reading is only for entertainment purposes. It's not based on fact, but it's an intuitive reading. Make of it what you will. But there has been these cards are telling me there's been a lot of money unaccounted for, and the Republicans are there almost going behind his back to try and figure this out, because some of it's with that Justice card has the potential to go before the courts, according to my tarot cards. All right, so we're at 34. I just want to do a quick couple of pulls, maybe just 3 or 4 cards on Brexit. Is it possible? I probably should change decks. Is it possible that Boris Johnson would be stupid enough to crash out of a deal with the EU? It's very close. There's only a few matters that's preventing it going forward. Would he likely, it's going to leave Ireland and Northern Ireland in a terrible state if he does just crash out in terms of a border, a hard border. All those negotiations will go down in flames. Is Boris Johnson going to crash out of the EU? Will he take a, will there be a crashing out? Will the UK crash out of the EU? Will the UK crash out of the EU? It's getting closer and closer. That possibility is getting closer and closer. So we have an abuse of, oh no, that pack was upside down. We have an abuse of power. It's not a yes card. It's just that there is an abuse of some sort going on. We do have the Six of Wands, which is a victory card. You know, maybe it was his intent all the time, but we have a judgment card coming through here, which is talking about inevitable endings. And we have the Knight of Cups. I think that's precisely what he wants to do. And we've got the Knight of Pentacles. Its impact on the economy. We've got things coming forward very, very quickly, and we've got the past and a loss here. It's going, if he allows that to happen, and I feel that's probably where he's at the moment, because we've got that Five of Swords. He's certainly intending, there is an intention perhaps to crash out and sell this as a winning strategy. But in reality, what it's going to do is cause an enormous amount of loss. An enormous amount of loss, and it's going to put even more pressure on the economy. Okay, so I would go as far as to say that Boris Johnson may have always intended this. Did he always intend this, Spirit? Did Boris Johnson? I'm feeling yes, he did. We've got the King of Cups here. Yeah. And wish fulfillment. I mean, he was the architect, Three of Wands, of foreign policy, waiting for his ship to come in. I just feel that that's the way he always wanted it to play out. But in reality, it's just going to cause more hardship for the UK. One more pull, and then I'm out of here. Let's have a look at Jacinda Ardern, the New Zealand Prime Minister. She is just so well respected and admired across the world. In Australia, people will often say, can I come and live in New Zealand because I want a Prime Minister like this? Jacinda Ardern, she's kept her country safe, she's kept her economy strong, even in lockdown. Jacinda Ardern, will she be re-elected? I'm feeling yes. I got a strong yes. We've got the King of Swords here. Logic, plans, strategies. We do have the Page of Wands. She has been resolute. She's got reasonably good press in New Zealand, I think, and generally everywhere else. She came forward with a logical, firm strategy at a time when it was needed the most, and she did things quickly. She put that plan into place very, very quickly. We have the Five of Cups. This could be those that have passed on the toll that COVID has wrought on personally and on economies. Yeah, she will have to face questions about the New Zealand economy, but she is in manifestation energy. She is building for the future. She's laying good foundations, and she's steering people out of those troubled waters. So it's not all going to be plain sailing for her. She has the Hierophant card, the government as well. There's going to be strong questions about financial loss, and I haven't been paying too much attention to New Zealand politics, but perhaps people losing as a result of COVID. but it's showing me that she's in manifestation energy. She is building for the future. We've got that King of Swords coming through. This clarity, this plan. She kind of acted very, very quickly to bring things under control. And as a result, as a political leader, she's going to be judged favourably for that. As time goes on, I think that the way political leaders have dealt with this pandemic is going to be increasingly judged as to the strength and the clarity of their planning and their strategies. All right, a long reading. If you've got to this to the end of this, you've done well. Skip through, watch what you want, but that's the reading for today. Thank you for tuning in, everyone.